Good evening and very warm welcome to Asian Town Cricket Stadium. It's a breezy evening here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium in Doha, Qatar. Match number 17 of the competition. Bangla Tigers taking on the team Galfar. Bangla Tigers losing both the matches, almost out of the tournament. Galfar would like to win it with a big margin to stand a chance for qualification for the playoffs. Exciting talent, and it should be an exciting encounter. Looking at the way they've been approaching these matches, a lot of excitement. Fans will certainly come in to witness the games under lights here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. How the pitch is going to behave, a lot of expectation, low scoring matches for the last couple of days, and before that we had high scoring matches as well. Telling the behavioral aspect of the pitch is Mikhail Vaswani.
9 days of cricket, 16 matches already on the surface, and you get the impression that this surface is undergoing natural deterioration. When I say natural deterioration, the wear and tear is for everyone to see. 2 matches happened last evening and both teams could not go over 90, which meant the ball is not coming onto the bat. One team finished on 77, the other on 84, and this is clear indication that this may not be a belter of a track. It's got some kind of a spongy bonds, and if you take a look at the cracks as well over here, they have opened up. This is not a hard surface, let me tell you. The ball will actually take time coming onto the batter and make batting very easy. That's why you'll see a lot of change up. Also, another important aspect is that a lot of deliveries kept low as well last evening, creating a doubt in the mind of the batter. If I'm the captain at the toss and if I win the toss, I will want to play safe going by the trend, and that is win toss, put the runs on the board.
Talking about the losing aspect of the game, especially the pitch conditions deteriorating with time. Total of 16 matches have been played on this particular surface, so certainly it will deteriorate, will help the fast bowlers. Those who are very good with variations will come into play, and there will be some help for the spinners as well. And also, he was of the opinion that there will be inconsistent bounce, so it will make it very difficult for batters to actually line up against a particular bowler and look to attack. That's going to be a challenging aspect in the batting department. And it's a wonderful evening here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. The breeze is blowing from right to left, and it's a Friday evening, so it's a holiday here in Doha, Qatar. So we will see a lot of spectators turning up for tonight's game.
Meanwhile, it'll be important for the captains to once again decide on what they will do after winning the toss. Devendra Kumar with both the captains.
Ooredoo presents QCA T10 Ramadan Cup 2022. Match number 17 of the competition. It's going to be Galfar taking on the team Bangla Tigers. I've been joined by 2 captains and match referee Amin ul Islam. Captain of the Bangla Tigers, to spin the coin. Tail is a call.
It is head.
It's head. So Bangla Tigers winning the toss. What's your decision? Batting first or bowling first?
I would like to bat first. We are looking for a good decent total, then we will try to defend it.
How do you assess the surface? Because we haven't seen plenty of runs being scored in last couple of days play.
Yeah, I have seen last couple of matches. It's became going the lowest scoring match. So if we put a good total, then that will be put pressure on the opponents. So we are looking for a good total around 90 to 100 minimum.
What's the ideal combination in bowling department? How many spinners will you be playing today?
I am going with 2 spinners, and we have 4 changes today.
4 changes.
4 changes, yes.
All the best for today's game.
Thank you so much.
You will be bowling first. What score would you like to restrict the opposition to?
Yes, we will give at least below the 100. We are targets, so we'll have some couple of changes in the side as per previous matches. So 2 changes are there.
Any conscious approach or game plan to rectify the offside play, because we have been witnessing that plenty of bowlers targeting the outside the off-stump line and not many runs have been converted, not many scored against those deliveries.
Yeah, actually this is a 10-over game. No, we have to stick in the basics only. So main thing, reduce the extras and keep the offside ball. Let's see. We will try our best.
All the best for today's game.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So news from the centre here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium underlights is that Bangla Tigers captain winning the toss and deciding to bat first.
Not surprised with the decision there. Saif Khandekar, the captain of Bangla Tigers, winning the toss and batting first and going with the trend. They've lost both their games. They'll be eager to end on a high. They'll be playing for pride, but they can clearly be the nuisance value in this particular tournament and spoil the party as well. You've seen a gale of breeze blowing across the ground this evening, and this will easily assist the bowlers as well when they come on to bowl. But what an evening this is turning out to be. 16 matches played, day 9. We've seen it all. Just the right time to also go down to Raza Anjum, who is with a player from the Bangla Tigers. I've been told it's Rafiq who'll be having a chat with him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here at Ramadan T10 tournament, and we've got a really important section in this tournament. And in this section, we're going to interview a player from one of the teams. Who have we got with us? We've got.
My name is Rafiq Islam.
Rafiq, tell us about your cricketing journey. Where did you start playing cricket, and where do you see yourself now?
I started playing cricket in Qatar Academy, that was run by Mr. Salam, and I played for under 14 in the school level, under 16, under 19, and I also played for under international here in Qatar. So that has been a journey. Now I'm playing with Bangla Tigers. It's a team run by some of my friends. And
Okay, and tell us a bit about your role.
I'm playing here as a bowling all-rounder. So I'm an off-spin bowler, and I come to bat in the middle overs.
All right, tell us a little bit about this tournament. What has been your impression about how this has been run? How far is it going to go to motivate youngsters like you in cricket in Qatar in the future?
It has been an amazing event already, and the T10 cricket is always exciting. The more sixes and the boundaries and the more excitement it is, and it will take Qatar cricket to somewhere far. Is because mostly B division and C division teams are playing here, so the young teams will get more opportunities, just like premier teams.
And you said you bat in the middle order. How hard is it for you to go out there in the middle order, because there aren't many overs left when you go out there, to just get going from the word go? How do you plan for that?
I mostly plan for middle overs, as like my wicket has to be critical at that time. It's like 2 to 3 downs, so I cannot lose wicket, but also I have to get run. So that's a crucial stage. But if I have patience enough to see the balls, and I can then score later.
Okay, where do you see yourself in 3 years' time from now?
I see myself and my team playing for Premier in like 3 years. Not 3 years, at least within a year and 2.
Okay, thank you very much, and we really appreciate your time, and all the very best.
Thank you.
So we had Rafiq, gentlemen. He was having a word with us. He's playing as a bowling all-rounder, bats in the middle order, and he sees himself playing for the Premier Division in Qatar, which is the top division, and we'd like to wish him all the very best.
Young Rafiq from Bangla Tigers, eager to make a mark in Qatar cricket, enjoying this experience of playing in the QCR Ramadan T10 Cup. What an opportunity platform. He's eyeing the Premier Division as well. A young all-rounder, easily making a mark, and will want to really give it all he has in this tournament. Meanwhile, just the right time to also go down to Raza Anjum once again. He has Sumesh from the Galfar Misnad team.
From Team Galfar, and we're going to have a few word with him, talk to him about his cricketing journey, and he's going to tell us about his specialty.
Yeah, actually I started my career, my cricket from school days, and even I got a chance for playing for a lot of good crickets. Even I played for university level, and after that like I played in C division in India, and when I came back to Qatar, like I got a chance to play for Premier Division as well. So I'm playing in A Division, Galfar A Division. So recently I got injured, so I couldn't play that last recent matches. So now I'm playing for that.
Okay, tell us about your motivation for playing this particular tournament, and what has it been like so far?
Motivation, like main thing, like I love cricket. I love cricket, so I'm feeling happy to play this one. So even I have most of my friends are cricket players, so I get a lot of chances with them. I got a lot of chances to play with them, and even I'm getting good camps from my captain as well, like my A Division captain Ruslan, And once of all, I have to thank for my company, Galfar.
Okay, and you said you're a bowling all-rounder. So where do you usually come out to bowl? Do you come out and attack, or you bowl in the middle order? What are your strengths, and what would you like to develop as a bowler going forward?
Yeah, actually, I'm a middle order bowler. I'm a medium pace bowler, so I would like to do the swing like both side. That's the main strength for me. And even batting also, like I will come for middle only. That's I think like bowling is the most strength for me. Yeah.
Right. So what kind of a total is your team looking to get tonight?
Tonight we have a plan of like if we got the first batting like will be like 140 plus. That's our plan.
Okay, and finally, where do you see yourself in 3 years' time from now? Do you think you've got a roadmap after this tournament to follow?
From when I'm thinking from past my career, like now I got a lot of chances. Like even now I'm playing for Ramadan Cup. That is a very good thing for me. And after that, like I would have to get a chance for playing premium good crickets. Like I'm happy for that also.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and we wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
Well, that's all we have from the interview area. It's over to Devinder.
Thank you, Razanjum. Sumesh will be eager to make a mark in this game. We're all set for play to start. Just the right time to introduce and welcome Devinder Kumar as well in the com box. Bangla Tigers winning the toss, deciding to bat first. Great opportunity here for Galfar Al Misnad to take 2 more points and move into the quarterfinals. Devinder.
Good evening, Mikhail, and good evening, everyone around the globe. That's the team Bangla Tigers. Comes with a lot of expectations. Winning one game, losing all the 2 matches that they played so far in this tournament, and looking to consolidate their position and leave something behind for the next year's tournament. They got Yasin at the top of the order, Arman, Saif, they got Abdul Samad and Majumdar, they got Rabi, Muhammad, Irfan Ahmad, Kabir Mia, Sumon Ahmad, Rafiqul Islam and Faisal. That's the team Bangla Tigers. They enjoy a lot of support, but it has been a disappointing performance so far in this tournament, and that's the team Galfar Al Misnad.
Oh yes, Nuwan Dhananjaya, the captain. They have a lot of batting in these ranks. Sunil, Vishnu, Rinish, Paruvata, Vaishak did well in that last game of his. Andrew James, Hilbert, Vinod Kumar as well has come good with the bat. Izzat and Sajeev. This comprises the playing 11 of Galfar. They'll be fielding and they'll be eager to get those 2 points to make it into the quarterfinals. We're all set for ball number 1.
Well, the bowling has been efficient from the team Galfar. It's the batters who let them down, looking to come back to the winning ways. Can they strike early in the first 3 overs? Comes with a lot of experience playing club cricket here in Qatar, Doha, Qatar. And a lot depends on how he starts and how the pitch behaves tonight.
Andrew Jones, just a wicket in this tournament so far. He'll want to end on a high. Third man in position and a long on as well. 2 fielders outside on the rope, patrolling the boundary. 4 on the off inside the circle. A slip in place. We're all set for ball 1. On target.
Good start. Starting well is the key. Identifying the areas and getting some movement as well. Under lights, it's a breezy evening here, but he's bowling with the breeze at the moment, so he's going to get a little bit of additional pace working for himself and also some movement because of the strong breeze across the ground here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. It's a subtle change in the field. The mid wicket going towards the square leg region on the onside, inside the 30-yard circle.
Talk about the variable bounce. Off the mark are Bangla Tigers with that wide, but once again that ball keeping low.
That's going to be frustrating task for the batters to get into mindset of lining up a particular bowler, going for the big booming shots, and especially play across the line will be challenged because of the inconsistent bounce on this surface.
Some carry almost to the bowler. That could have been a cotton ball just wide of him on his left.
Well, the previous ball is staying low, not rising to the expectation of the batsman, and this time around is holding into the pitch and a little bit of extra bounce as well. Not to the pitch of the ball, just throwing his bat at it. It came ever so slowly off the surface. Subtle change in field. Square leg is again going into his own position back again.
Pitched up, and that's been hiked towards the long on region and just over him as well. That's a 6. Signs of aggression up front by Kabir Mia.
A brave stroke. They had the field spin in place at the long on position. It was a pitched up delivery, and they like hitting through the onside. Was on the edge of the boundary, couldn't do anything about it as the ball sailed over him for a 6. First good aggressive stroke, and it's gone for a 6.
What a way to bring up the 150th 6 of the tournament. Much better, just drifting down leg. You can't err in line or length on the surface, Devinder.
Especially in this format. With 50 yards, that's the length of the boundary. Score of the wicket on the offside in particular, also on the onside, around 55 yards. And with the luxury that you have, because you got 10 wickets to deal with 60 deliveries, there is a lot of freedom for the batters.
Again pitched up, edged towards the third man region. Living dangerously at the moment, Kabir, but throwing his bat at everything.
If there is one area where they should be working on diligently, that's the offside play, especially when deliveries are around the 4th stump. They haven't been effective so far in this tournament because of the tendency of playing the tennis ball shots through the onside. If they improve on that aspect come the next season, there will be different class of play altogether.
Again throws the kitchen sink at this one. It's in the vacant mid-wicket region. That'll be 4 runs. 6 and a 4 in this over. It's been a very productive one, and both these openers are cutting loose.
Fetching it from well outside the opposite stump with the square leg inside the circle, no mid-wicket in place, even a mistimed shot, he wasn't worried about that. And there was a yawning gap, plenty of space available on the onside, and even an ill-timed shot goes away to the boundary for 4. 13 coming from the first over. A prolific start in the batting department at 6, and then a delightful 4 through the onside. Few edgy strokes as well. So this has been a mixed bag. If bowlers get their areas right, they can certainly pull things back in their favor.
Bangla Tigers have nothing to lose. They're out of contention, but they can spoil a party tonight. And that's what they come to do, and this approach suggests that, Devinder.
That's what most of the teams do, playing the spoil sport. They play with a lot of freedom, and there's a different joy in indulging in destruction activity rather than cultivating. Playing with a lot of freedom, they know that they're playing for the final time in this tournament. They will get opportunity, but after 1 year. So this is a golden opportunity for them to showcase their talent.
Once again, that's pitched up, and that's hit over the cover point region. Very good shot. It was in the slot and punished.
Those who follow tennis, lobs. Just pitched up delivery again. Did not try to hit it hard, just lobbing it over the top of extra. And the ball almost carried to the boundary for a 6, just landing inside. Effortless boundary through the offside, continuing to leak runs.
Much better comeback. Anything that's been pitched up this evening has been punished.
It's not getting any movement, and also is bowling into the breeze. That's not helping to the cause of the bowler, and that helps the batter because it's a strong breeze. Even if you mistime the stroke, it's going to travel. It's going to go over the boundary. But that was the ideal line and length to operate with.
Good comeback here by Hilbert. They steal a single towards the mid-off region. Very good running. The intent is clear.
Yeah, the boundary making or boundary scoring hasn't been a problem for the team after deciding to bat first. So it's important that they rotate the strike well as well as they can in order to allow opportunity to other partner to thrive as well. In partnership, you need to know when to feed the strike to the other guy.
Was in the air for a bit, but another single towards the mid-wicket region. What I've really liked about the approach of Bangla Tigers this evening is they have not missed out on the scoring opportunities.
This time around, they're focusing on the stumps because they got the man at the square leg position and long on the onside, not pulling the fourth stump line, just looking to hit the stumps. And most of the deliveries have been fuller in length.
Oh yes, but Hilbert has done well to alter that length of his. Both bowlers have been guilty of pitching it up, and every time they've pitched it up, it's been put away.
Could come back after conceding boundary of the very first 3 singles. Can he finish the over well?
There's a huge appeal there by the bowler and the wicket keeper. Empire's unmoved and so is the batter. For a wee bit we thought it was an inside edge maybe is what they were asking for. But a very good comeback by Hilbert after conceding a 4 of the very first ball. 7 of the second, it's 20 for no loss.
First over belonged to the batting unit, where they've been able to manufacture the shots, and in second over, good comeback. Saif Khandekar at the top of the order, 6 of 5, and Kabir Mia Dulon is batting on 13 of 7 with 1 extra. 20 for no wicket. Last over of the power play overs, the over number 3, where only 2 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle. And it's been given to the medium pacer from the industrial street end. Long on in place.
Nicely done behind the stumps. White signaled. This is where Galfar Misnad will have to be very careful. Extras.
Searching for some swing. Pitching it up. He's bowling with the breeze at the moment from the industrial street end. They got slip in position because of having that fieldsman on the boundary. He's thinking about attacking the stumps rather than concentrating on the off stump line or around the 4th stump.
Back of the length delivery, another single towards mid-on. Remember, mid-on is moved long on, so that's 1 single always on the offing.
Now they got square leg in position on the onside and men at the long on position.
Oh, he's got some bat on that. He somehow managed to get that out of the way. He was in a very awkward position while playing that shot, but somehow he manages to get 4, and he's done very well in the end.
Desperation to get a boundary by short lifting delivery. Almost pulled himself out, then eventually throwing his bat and making sure that he managed to get it over the top of the man, third man up in the circle. With that extra bounce, it always travels.
What was good about that shot is he kept his eyes on the ball till the very end. That's why he could get that late reaction. Short and wide this time, cut away towards point. They'll steal another single. Very good cricket here by Bangla Tigers.
Aggression in his stroke, making aggression in running between the wicket as well, putting pressure on the fielder. Stationed on the edge of the 30-yard circle on the offside at the point position. And the fumble meant that they completed the single quite easily in the end. Can he prize out a wicket in this over?
Pitched up and hit over the cover point region. 1 bounce into the ropes. Anything that's close will be dispatched, and once again done it with an exquisite flourish of the bat.
Confident stroke. So composed and so very well balanced in execution of that shot. Just clearing his front leg, just opening up a bit and then cracking it through the extra for 4.
Much better. But it's been a very fine start by Bangla Tigers. They have lacked this kind of start in the tournament. But this evening, they are showing the kind of shot selection and application they should have put all through.
31 for no wicket. A lot of fan following for the Bangla Tigers, giving good account in the batting department today evening.
Pulls that towards the long on region for another single. So the scoreboard is ticking here.
12 runs coming from this third over. And it's 32 for no wicket after winning the toss and batting first. Off to a blistering start. Some good quality shots in this partnership, 32 being dominated by Kabir, 19 of 11, and giving good account of his ability of strike rotation. His chef is batting on 11 of 7.
This is a very fine partnership. An opening stand that Bangla Tigers were missing. Remember, the captain was unavailable for the second game. He was nursing an injury. Saif is back. And opening the innings, he's done a fine job with Kabir at the moment. Galfar need to win this game to go through to the quarters. And for that matter, Bangla Tigers will be happy just adding 2 points.
Kabir has struck 19 of 11. So luxury for the opposition captain to spread the field. Will that mean any changes in batting approach? Ajit has been introduced. 17 runs and taking wicket as well in 2 matches that he has participated in so far in this tournament. They got 3 men on the offside, long off, man at the sweeper position on the offside on the boundary, man at the third man, fine leg is also on the boundary on the onside, and man at the long on position.
Picked up from outside off, played towards the mid-wicket region. That'll be a 4. Very unorthodox shot, but it has reaped the reward as well.
First, the length, they prefer playing the batters, and the second aspect was about finding the gap. There was a man at the boundary, but the outfield absolutely lightning quick, and credit should be given to the pitch curator and also ground staff for keeping such a wonderful facilities ready for the players to experience.
Oh yes, it's been a wonderful effort by the entire ground staff. Time and again matches are being played. Remember, 16th day, beg your pardon, day 9, 16th match completed. And this is match number 17. Very nicely bowled. He's found that channel around the corridor of uncertainty.
Also the variation taking the pace of the ball. And that's where it plays with the timing of the batter. And the batters are looking for that thirst where they need to generate the power in order to put the ball away to the boundary.
Just generating that extra yard of pace on this occasion, cramping him for room. Izzat is bringing in a lot of imagination in his bowling.
There's a subtle difference the way they've been operating today. For the last 3 matches, we've seen bowlers concentrating on the 4th stump line and looking to take the ball away from the batters. But today, the focus has been on keeping most of the deliveries within the stump. Has that got anything to do with the invariable bounce on the surface?
Ideally, you'd want to maintain that line and leave the ball to do the rest on most occasions. But Izzat has begun well again after that 4. Gives the charge this time. Talk about the variable bounce. Just keeping slightly lower this time. 4 overs completed. It's 37 for no loss.
It's a glorious evening here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. Andrew conceding 13 from the first over. Hilbert conceding the 7 in second, just bringing the momentum back into the team's favour. But Sanjeev was taken for 12 in his solitary over. And Ajit is starting well the first over with his variations, just conceding 5. With 2 extras, 37 for no wicket. Looking for a score around 120 from here on, Mikhail. And if they get there, it will be a challenging score for the chasing team.
Well, last evening, even 80 was hard to chase, and that's why anything close to the 90-100 run mark is not just the pass score, it is an intimidating one as well for the chasing side. Nuwan Dhananjaya, the captain, introduces himself in the 5th over. They need a wicket. They haven't tasted a breakthrough so far.
It's a fantastic Friday evening here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. It's a holiday here in Doha in Qatar. We'll expect more people to filter in the ground come the second match starting at 8:30.
Oh, he's picked that up. That was slow through the air in the vacant backward square leg region. Had enough time to go deep in the crease and play it and help it towards that backward square leg region.
Yeah, utilization of the crease for the batter. The length wasn't there, but he created the length by going deep in the crease and making sure that he hit that one behind his square on the onside for 4. Boundary protection hasn't been the issue. Running between the wicket has been excellent so far.
This time just trying to use the pace on this occasion. Another single stolen. What I've really liked is the approach this evening by the Bangla Tigers. There's a lot of meaning and purpose behind their run scoring.
Also composure and presence at the crease. Not moving unnecessarily, trying to force the pace into play. Composed look and watching the ball carefully and then looking to identify the gaps and utilize it.
Taken on the full on this occasion, played towards the mid-wicket region. Work to do for long on. He'll not be able to cut that off. It's the second 4 of the over and runs are coming thick and fast here for the Bangla Tigers.
Just talking about utilizing the gaps available in the field. Just making sure that he flicked it behind rather than going straight, and that's where he was successful in getting extra pace on the ball and at the same time beating that fieldsman on the boundary as well.
What I've liked about their batting this evening is that minimum risk, maximum runs has been their approach, and it has worked for them.
Classic play so far.
Gives the charge this time, straight to the field at point. A fumble and they take another single. This has been a wonderful start here by the Bangla Tigers.
Normally you expect 1 or 2 wickets in the first 3 overs. Wickets not coming, runs coming so easily. That's frustrating for bowlers, for the captain as well as for the fielders as well. They need to do something extraordinary in the field. Maybe brilliance in the field or run out.
Shorter this time, pulled towards the long leg region. Easy pickings right now for both of them. They're looking well set in the middle. Kabir and Saif.
It's coming slow through the surface as well, even the flattered deliveries. That gives extra time to the batter to readjust his shot. He did not have to readjust on that occasion though.
Not seen much turn, Devinder.
We haven't seen it. It's a different quality of ball. And also the quality of his spinners, the courage to toss the ball up. Still the surface playing quite well.
Again, cross-batted. Heave down the ground there. Another single.
Also the conditioning of the ball as well. It's hard ball. And it's very difficult to grip for the first thing. And again, the seam is not that pronounced. So it's very difficult to get rotation on the ball, and hence they're not getting any purchase from the surface. And that's where they find themselves in both teams, with Bangla Tigers almost knocked out of the tournament. Yes, they've been knocked out of the tournament with the negative net run rate of -2.03. And Galfar, they stand a chance if they win by big margin tonight. They are placed at number 3 in Group A.
Sprite have another match to play against Fatum Doha. That's lined up later in this tournament. If Galfar get to 2 more points, they'll move to number 4 and ahead of Sprite, and it puts Sprite in a must-win situation. This is Group A, but Desert Warriors looking good in Group B. Markhor is the most impressive side with a net run rate of 4.42, the best in the tournament, and second in terms of net run rate, Star CC 3.19 with 2 wins in 2 games for them. Clean slate for both of them. This time it's been punched down the ground towards the long off region for another single.
.49 for another 50 up for the team Bangla Tigers, winning toss and batting first. This time pulled away, not quite getting it from the area of blade that he wanted on that occasion. Mikhail goes for a hydration break as by signaled by the umpire, and in comes Raja Anjum. Good evening, Raja. It's a lovely evening here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. The batting effortless so far.
Good evening, Devinder. Bengal Tigers have been off to a flying start this evening. They're roaring like tigers, that's for sure. This time right up in the block hole, not much you can do with it, even in this day and age. Yeah, fantastic start. Maybe a bit late in this tournament, as they are staring disqualification in the face already.
Brilliant take from the keeper. Chance for run out. Oh, could not release the ball properly. had enough time to aim at the non-striker end.
Didn't have the presence of mind to see which end to throw to on that occasion. Just rushed into throwing that ball, and the batsman, as a result, gets away with it. And this time is not quite got it to the middle of the bat, but excellent piece of running. He comes back for the second. That's good intent being shown by Bengal Tigers.
You've seen many sides getting off to a flying start and then losing the momentum. That hasn't been the case so far. This is over number 6. Boundary is hard to come by because of extra protection that the captain has up his sleeves of depositing 5 fielders outside the 30-yard circle. So now the focus is on converting 1 into 2s.
Oh, he smashed it! Stand and deliver! You don't really need to take 1s and 2s when you can hit the ball as good and as powerfully as he can.
Getting greedy, was bowling beautifully this time around, searching for a yorker, over pitch, and hammered straight down the ground. A powerful stroke down the ground for a 6. He's looking $1 million at the moment, approaching his half century. Kabir is on to 38 of just 21 deliveries. And pulled away, not quite getting the kind of timing that he wanted on that occasion. Single to end the over number 2nd as he completes the full cut of 2 overs. Ajit conceding 17 without taking any wicket, and it's 62 for no wicket after 6 overs here. 62 the partnership being dominated by Kabir, 39 of just 22, and excellent support given by Saif, 18 of 14.
Yeah, Saif, the senior pro, the captain, making sure that he holds that one end together. And on the other end, we've got Kabir, who's absolutely cut loose this evening. He's come out there and he's batted with a lot of intent and proactiveness, taken the attack to the bowlers. And as a result, the Bengal Tigers have put on 62 already in the 6 overs, and they're ready for the launching pad.
It's a glittering evening here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. Introduction of a spin, and it's been treated disdainfully over the mid-wicket boundary for a 6. What a start to this over.
Yeah, I think on that occasion he just waited a little bit on the back foot and then planted his left foot forward just at the last second, and then just thumping that ball over mid-wicket for a 6.
Mid-wicket in place now. Down the track, goes through the onside again. It's a gigantic heave, and it's gone into the stands for a 6. Back-to-back 6s for Kabir as he completes his half century.
Well, he's giving the ball boys out there a bit of a workout. This wasn't a small 6, not by any stretch of the imagination. What a shot. It's gone right into the stands.
A masterful half century, 51 of just 24, completing it with a huge 6. And he goes again through the onside, long on in place, but he is a spectator, a mere spectator. Another 6, 3 in a row, 6, 6, 6.
Well, 3 in a row it is, 6, 6, 6, and he is absolutely setting this stadium alive. He's come out, all guns blazing.
4 6s of in and over happened twice in this tournament already. Can he make 4 in 4? He is through the onside, and it's gone high up in the air. Can he judge that ball coming down well? He drops it. He gets a life. He gets a reprieve, Kabir.
Oh, what a man to drop at this stage. Not the man you want to drop. Trying to hit that ball out of the stadium. Not quite timing it as well as he did the last 3. On this occasion there is an appeal, but it's not very optimistic.
What an opportunity. What a time to drop. Kabir is on to 59 of 27. He's on a strike. This time gets decent connection, will take a single and will keep the strike as well. He's stroking the ball amazingly well at the moment, astonishingly well. He's betting on 60 and it's 83 for no wicket after 7 overs.
Yeah, at the moment they're struggling to find the right areas to bowl to him. Such is the ease and authority with which he's batted throughout this innings.
Looking to attack the spinner when he was introduced,
Yeah,
just
these-
picking it
these-
from well outside the off stump and hitting it over mid-wicket when the field was up. Then they sent the fieldsman on the boundary and then challenged the batter again, then coming down the pitch, picking it from well outside the off stump and hitting a huge 6 over that fielder over mid-wicket. That was the second 6 into the stands. And then subtle adjustment, picking it from well outside the off stump and challenging the fielder, teasing the fielder on the boundary. Another monumental 6. So 3 back-to-back 6s from Nuance over. Vashak has been introduced.
Yeah, there was help on its way. He's gone through for a single, looking for the second, but it's not on there. Well, it's amazing how much power he generates from his core and hips. Makes sure he stays back in the crease and then gathers himself
Lot of
before
awareness,
launching into it.
lot of fitness awareness. Also, a lot of material available on the internet as well to do research, to read about it and then consult. A lot of online courses available as well for fitness purposes, and they watch plenty of sport as well. Sports science, sports biomechanics.
Yeah, lots of literature these days. Literature abundant, in fact. This time was a bit short. He's gone up and over. One bounce over the ropes.
It tells us how
Oh.
well he's watching this cricket ball. He's getting a short lifting delivery, keeping his eyes on the ball till the last moment, and then manufacturing that shot, gave a bit of room to himself, and then at the last moment decided to lift it over the top of that fielder at backward point and away to the boundary.
Yeah, I thought it was a 4, but 6 signal by the umpire. It did seem like it bounced before the boundary, so a lucky break for Bengal Tigers.
90 for no wicket. Can they get to 120 plus on this wicket? This has been a great opening partnership being dominated by Kabir. He's on non-strike at the moment. Chef on 24.
He comes again, and this time Beaton making room for himself and trying to hit that ball over mid-wicket. Once again has been the tone of the day so far for Bengal Tigers. They've targeted that area and more often than not have been able to target it successfully as well.
Straightforward catch. Reached for that ball outside the upstump, wanted to lob it over the top of extra, finding the fielder instead.
Yeah, I think this was
But-
slightly slower in pace on that occasion. Slower delivery, yes, he had to reach out for it as well. Didn't quite get the opportunity to free his arms and hit it with full force, so just lobbing that ball. A soft dismissal in the end.
Will there be century for Kabir? Will there be that focus of feeding strike back to him? The way he's been stroking the ball, 3 6s coming from the previous over. You never know, he might get the first century in T10 cricket here in the QCA T10 Ramadan Cup 2022. Match
That-
number 17 of the competition. There is one more match scheduled tonight as well, starting at 8:30 on this fantastic Friday evening.
There will be some spectacle if he gets there. Not that it has not been already. This time is hit that through mid-wicket once again. That's the area they've been eyeing. Another ball on that middle and off stump, and another ball being hit towards that mid-wicket region.
Looking to attack the stumps as Rabi was facing the first delivery, but in his channel, and he hammered that one to the mid-wicket boundary for 4. The lines have been within the stumps, and that give extra opportunity to the batters to get a lot of runs. A subtle change in lines, things could have been slightly different like this.
Just watching Kabir from the other end, he's been the man who's taken the assault in his own hands, and I wouldn't advise him to take it around with the kind of power and leverage he brings to this Bengal Tigers side. More than capable of clearing the boundary with the long levers he's got.
Tall buildings, not many tall buildings in the first 3 overs. It's the over number 7 where they managed 3 sixes from the over. That brought about sudden surge in momentum for the team. Bangla Tigers winning the toss and batting first, 94 for 1. They maintained the tempo throughout the innings and then picked 1 over and managed more than 20 from that over. Andrew conceding none for 13 in his first over into the attack from the industrial street end.
Oh, this time it was wide down the leg side. Beats the batsman, beats the keeper, and the batsman scampered through for a bye as well. It's a bit of a bonus. Not how they wanted to start this over, did Galfar al-Misnad.
Now, Kabir has a strike. And he swings it straight down the ground. It's gone over the boundary for a 6. He moves into the 70s with that 6.
Well, this is some serious striking here from Kabir. Eyeing that straight down the ground region on this occasion and making a powerful connection.
Can he get his length right? Flicks through the onside. Beautifully timed stroke. No chance for that fielder. Picks up a 4.
Oh, he's just showing off now. We're straight down the ground, and now a bit of a helicopter shot coming out. Aka is MS Dhoni.
Not learning the lessons. Attacking the stumps. Those were quite adept at playing the shots through the onside. It's a bread and butter stroke for the batter. And the form that he's in at the moment, Kabir, he will middle most of the deliveries. If they keep pitching in that area. Hammered through the onside, not quite getting the timing this time around. Will he reach his 100?
Yeah, he's pretty close to it right now. He needs 25, so another couple of lusty blows, and he'd be realistically very close to it. It'll be interesting to see how Rabi goes about his business. It will depend a lot on how Rabi plays, whether... Well, Rabi wants to go for it as well, and he's hit that well enough. Another boundary to the mid-wicket region. The Bengal Tigers are turning it on here.
Same mistake. That's the angle into the batsman in the arc. Minimum effort was required to dispatch that ball away to the boundary for 4.
Nelson on the board, 1-1-1 for 1. An unlucky number for some. Well, the way Rabi has started off, I don't think he's too worried about Kabir's 100 at the moment. He wants to add insult to injury. This time a full toss, a low full toss. The ball taking the inner half of the bat and going to that fielder at deep square leg, just a single. So that does bring Kabir on strike. So here's an opportunity for him to try and get to his 100.
To hit 2 6s in remaining, or rather 1 6. Will he focus on getting strike back, or will he go for a big booming shot? This time drifting down the leg side, wide signal by the umpire.
Yeah, this was an important game as well for Galfar. They've lost one game. And he's gone again! He's gone big! And the ball just trickles away after a couple of bounces, and another boundary to
Again, pitched up delivery, hammering it straight down the ground, not quite clearing, not quite getting the elevation and distance to get a 6, but nonetheless getting a boundary in form of 4. Kabir is on to 80 now of just 35 deliveries, and Rabi is betting on 5 of 2. It's 118 for 1. Good thing for the team Bangla Tigers is that Kabir, this has been a great knock. 80 of just 35 deliveries, holding the innings together and giving the impetus to the innings as well. How many runs from this over as Kabir has the strike on to 80?
Yeah, Kabir, it will be an incredible feat if he gets there tonight. 20 runs to get, it's more than possible with the way he's going. And if you're standing anywhere near that mid-wicket boundary, boy, you need to take cover the way he's going tonight. Comes Vaisak. The first ball of this over, and a good delivery to start with. Right up in the block hole. Not allowing him to get underneath it, and just a single. Not a bad result here.
5 deliveries, how many more can they get? Will be targeting around 15 runs from this over to take it well past 130 and then challenge the opponent. The lines, with rectification in lines, I think the bowling team will have a great chance to defend this total.
Comes Vaisak once again, and a good delivery. That's where you should be bowling, even if it's a low full toss. It's not the easiest delivery to put away.
This has been an amazing work in the batting department on a challenging surface where it has been challenging indeed for batters because of inconsistent bounce. The bowling has been erratic, not quite attacking the stumps. They've been disciplined with their lines where they wanted to bowl, but they should have bowled an alternative line, which did not happen, and hence they've been punished. Courtesy some very good batting.
I think they're finally getting the plot right on that occasion. A bit slower, just wide of that off stump. It'll be interesting to see the wagon wheel as well. So many boundaries have been hit through that mid-wicket and onside region, and we've seen in the previous games how bowling in that area doesn't really help your cause. You've got to bowl it slightly wide of the off stump because we haven't really seen many batsmen able to hit the ball as cleanly through the offside.
Almost 80% runs scored through the onside, all the major hits. This time drags the ball away on the onside. There will be a single. We'll have to wait for a signal from the umpire, by signal.
It was a length ball there again on that occasion, and Vaisak would consider himself extremely lucky that Robbie was not able to get underneath it.
This has been good economic over. 13 for 1 in 1.4 overs when other bowlers hemorrhaging runs. Pulled away, and he picks the fielder, but he parries the ball away over the boundary for a 6.
It was a slower delivery, and the batsman waiting on that one till the very last moment, and then swinging as hard as he could, but obviously because of the pace of the delivery, he wasn't able to generate the timing he would have liked. So what would have been a catch have been lobbed up for a boundary.
127, 87 of just 37. Highest score by an individual batsman in this tournament. 87 of just 37. Can he move into 90? Last ball of the first innings, 127 for 1. Vaisak, 1 for 19 from the QCA end. What's in destiny? 4, 6 or wicket? Just a single. Will he go back for the second? He wants the second run there. Throw towards the keeper's end. It's high throw. And he reaches to the safety of the crease. He completes 2 of the last ball of the 10th over.
Well, this was probably the least of the probabilities. We were looking for a maximum and some action, but too optimistic perhaps on our end, and only a couple scored.
A brilliant effort in the batting department after winning the toss for the team Bangla Tigers, roaring back in this championship match, the last match for them in the competition, getting 24 of 17, was safe at the top of the order, and Rabi contributing 6 of 5 with 10 extras, but charismatic batting performance from Kabir is helping the team, setting a phenomenal total, 129 for 1, a monumental total from him. Andrew James conceding 37 in 2 overs. Hilbert bowling solitary over for 7, and Sanjeev going for 12 in solitary over, 1 wicket for 21 for Vishak in his 2 overs, and none for 33 in 2 overs of the bowling of Nuwan, where he was hit for 3 sixes in that over. Nuwan in over number 7. So Bangla Tigers winning the toss, batting first, getting 129 for 1 in 10 overs. An outstanding batting performance from the Bangla Tigers.
Yeah, this is going to take some getting here. This total 129 for 1 in 10 overs. 12.90 runs to the over.
Yeah, we've seen the sixes, we've seen wickets, and some delightful boundaries as well. Fours, areas from where they collected those boundaries. You like those shots, Raja? Through the onside?
I think they were typical T10 shots, weren't they? A lot of power and force and a lot of bottom hand coming into play. That's what the crowd comes to see. On that occasion, though, it was a conventional cricket shot, just lifted over, not much power, but great timing. But in general, the tone of this innings was playing some unorthodox shots, talking about unorthodox, that personified what we just talked about. An uppercut, and on that occasion, a shot up and over through offside, 1 bounce over the rope, so there were shots played on the offside as well. And dragging the ball from way outside the off stump, hitting it to mid-wicket for a boundary, staying back, pulling through square leg. It was a 360-degree show by the Bengal Tigers batsmen, but that was obviously an area that we had earlier talked about and how they fancied hitting it through that mid-wicket region, taking the faster bowlers and the spinners to attack equally. A typical tennis ball stroke there, swinging wildly off his hips. And the ball still racing away for a boundary, and that one, MS Dhoni, very similar in style to him when he plays that helicopter shot. On that occasion, he just waited for that ball to come onto him, and again targeting that mid-wicket region.
Plenty of force, dragging it through the onside, some classical strokes as well, but when they hit sixes, it needs timing, it needs power, it needs area to target. It was a matter of breeze as well. Some breezy sixes in over number 7 in particular, where 3 sixes hit. Here are the sixes in this innings. Pitched up delivery over the top of the man at the long on region, a teasing catch there for the fieldsman on that occasion, but Kabir was brilliant with his stroke making. This stand and deliver shot, a typical Marcus Stoinis stroke down the ground for a 6 timing and the area of operation as well. And with the breeze, smacking it through the onside, just clearing the boundary. So the shot making has been quite profitable. Then dancing down the track, his footwork, and then going big, high up in the air and going into the stands as well. His footwork also then fetching it from well outside the off stump and smoking it over long on for another gigantic 6. So Kabir dominating that proceeding. His footwork, his awareness about gameplay, and that was a remarkable shot, giving room to himself and getting it over the boundary, over point. And then again just adjusting his stroke and thumping it down the ground over the top of the long off fielder for a 6. His head position balanced at the crease, and that was ferried away by the fielder for a 6, getting a little bit of help along the way as well. So those were some outstanding 6s, some down the ground, some through the offside, and some through the onside. Distribution of 6s almost all around the ground here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. And in the process, not many wickets to celebrate, but they had the opportunity to celebrate a few.
Yeah, not a wicket, not a day, no, not a night rather, for the bowlers tonight. They were still able to pick up some scalps on the way. At first wicket bowling, a soft dismissal really, playing it away from his body, lobbing that ball straight into the hands of cover, who accepted it gleefully. In fact, that was the only wicket that fell.
Brilliant batting display from Kabir. His positioning at the crease, his composure, his stroke selection, and we have to criticize the bowling as well, because most of the deliveries were targeted at the stumps, the areas that they prefer. Playing tennis or cricket as well, they are so good when the ball is aimed at the stumps, and also fuller length deliveries as well, especially when he was operating into the breeze. Those fuller length deliveries resulting in those 6s. So bowling wasn't so effective against Kabir in particular. He had some opportunities and he made sure that he made it count. Got one life as well in this innings.
I think we've been emphasizing the importance of bowling outside that off stump. Although looking at some of Kabir's shot, he was able to play some shots over covers as well, to be fair to him. And it seemed like it was his night tonight. Looked to be in the groove. Everything he touched turned to gold, basically.
Galfar stand a chance for qualification for the playoffs, and that's where they are positioned number 3 in Group A. Fathom Doha winning both the matches that they played so far in this tournament with that net run rate. They are almost through. But Sprite Cricket Stars, Galfar, and Bangla Tigers can spoil the party for the team Galfar, Misnad. But if they win by big margin, there will be pressure on Sprite Cricket Stars.
Right, here's another interesting equation coming in. If Bangla wins this match by a big margin, and Sprite loses their next encounter, Bangla all of a sudden are in contention for qualifying.
Anything can happen, and this has been a great improvement in batting department from the team Bangla Tigers. The top order contributing massively, just losing 1 wicket in the process of getting to 129. And talking about other teams as well, Desert Warriors, they looked supreme form with bat and ball with a positive net run rate of 2.55. Masters Cricket Club will be next tonight, and Select CC also winning 1 match and losing 1. They are with minus 0.35 net run rate, and Bhavan languishing at the bottom of the table, minus 2.95. That's the net run rate for the team in the Group B games.
And in Group C, we see Stars. They've starred throughout this tournament. 2 games, 2 wins, and they've got 4 points on the table. Legend CC just behind them, 1-1, lost 1. They are also sitting pretty though with 2 points and a healthy run rate. Nihal CC, they've lost 1 game and 1-1, but not a healthy average at all, minus 0.65. So they'll have to win their game by a big margin. Pak Afghan are staring down the barrel, I'm afraid. They are technically down and out, 2 games and both lost with an abysmal net run rate as well.
But the team of the tournament so far, Marcos, with the positive net run rate of 4.42, chasing 148, and then not getting enough total. With the kind of expectation that people have with the Marcos, still winning it. And he knocks him over. What a start What a start for Bangla Tigers with ball in hand. Wicket of the very first delivery.
Oh, to say the Bangla Tigers have come out today roaring would be an absolute understatement. First ball of the innings, and it's gotten through the batsman Vinod, who didn't have much of a clue how to handle that delivery. Touch of movement into the batsman, stayed a bit low perhaps, but that's the end of that.
Who would have imagined a turnaround of this proportion in this game? Vinod Kumar departs for a duck out of the very first delivery. Bangla Tigers, for most part of this tournament, have been down and out, but they are rising now like the phoenix from the ashes. This has been a wonderful turnaround and a fight back by the Bangla Tigers.
Yeah, I hope it's not too little too late for them at this stage, but they've certainly come out with an aggressive mindset here. They've got their tails up, and if they win by a game by a big margin, they are still in with the contention, Mikhail.
Oh yes, they are very well in with that contention. Vaishak played a very handy innings in the last game. The onus is on him now to bail his team out of trouble. At the moment, Galfar al-Misnad staring down the barrel. Wicket of the very first delivery, chasing 120 plus. What a moment in the game.
It's been an absolutely dominating performance here by the Bengal Tigers. Where were they in their first two games? Down the leg side, good piece of glove work by the keeper there. But yeah, it's amazing. It looks like a completely different side today.
Oh yes, Saif Khandekar, the captain, came back into this fixture. He was nursing an injury in the second game and had to sit out. This time, good with the bat. Very first ball, he gets a wicket. That's how your captain leads from the front. Quicker in pace, just getting some bounce as well.
Yeah, he's right on the money. Is safe. He's generating a bit of pace, a bit of gas up front. And the Bengal Tigers are asking all the right questions already.
And what a cushion to have, 130 runs. Right lines, right channels at the moment. Bangla Tigers cannot get a foot wrong. It's Galfar al-Misnad who are feeling the heat in the middle. What a turnaround in batting display as well, Raz. I never really expected Bangla Tigers to come out all guns blazing. Some serious hitting in the middle as well. I was looking for entries for a better hitter than Kabir this evening. Couldn't find anyone but him. Oh, he pulls this one handsomely. This protection, but he'll not be able to cut that off. Desperate dive, but signs of aggression up front here. Vaishak this time getting off the mark with a 4.
Yeah, like the intent there by the Bengal Tigers, although that was hit away for a boundary. Just look at the fielder, how disappointed he felt after not being able to stop it. Yeah, he was livid with himself. I think that's the kind of attitude that has defined their outing tonight. And obviously the captain has come back in this game, and he's been able to motivate them all of a sudden.
Desperation is what they're showing in the middle and mixing it up with inspiration as well. This time in the air and taken in covers as well. This is another big wicket. Saif Khandekar strikes for the second time in the over, and Bangla Tigers are roaring in the middle.
Well, 2 wickets in the over. They couldn't have asked for a better start. And their captain is led from the front this evening, and once again it wasn't in control. That shot straight to the fielder. No catches are easy though, especially under lights.
This is a dream start here for Bangla Tigers. Vaishak, the informed batter for Galfar al-Misnad, walks back for 4. Problems galore here for the batting side as they're losing wickets in regular intervals, and that man Saif Khandekar in 5 deliveries has picked up 2 big wickets.
I think Mikhail also, the Bengal Tigers have gone in with the mentality today I think they've gone in tonight thinking they've got nothing to lose, and they've played fearlessly. They're just like corner tigers.
And that's really working to their benefit. That's because they're playing a completely free brand, a fearless brand of cricket in the middle. Maybe they should be in this situation every now and then.
Yeah, it does make them a bit unpredictable, doesn't it?
Oh, wrapped on the pads, another loud appeal. This could be very close. Empire unmoved, but Khandekar believes there's something in it. And there's an appeal for a run out as well. All happening here as the batsman was ball watching. What an eventful first over it's been. 2 wickets, an LBW appeal, a run out appeal as well. And some sanity after over number 1. It's 5 for 2.
Yeah, I think that looked dead in front of the stumps. Not sure what was wrong with that. He hasn't been swinging it safe. It pitched right up on that middle and leg stump, I believe. Well, we'll look at that replay now. Let's see where it pitched. Yeah, maybe just got outside the line, and that's what saved him. Touch and go, though.
Was shuffling a lot in the crease, and look at him ball watching for that single. Had that been a direct hit, it could have also created another wicket-taking opportunity for Bangla Tigers. Each time the Bangla Tigers are playing, you can expect a turnout as well in the spectators. But here we have an equation that is tilted in favor of the fielding side. 5 for 2. Goes big this time, just falls short of the field at mid-off. Oh, this could be another wicket. Is that a run out? Just a fumble in the end while collecting it. Otherwise, that would have been wicket number 3.
Faisal was absolutely furious with the fielder there, perhaps because the throw was probably too fast for his liking. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, maybe he wanted it to come to him a little more slowly.
Conventional wisdom would mean he should have just lobbed it back to the bowler rather than going for a direct hit. Pulls it this time, nowhere in position, but gets some bat on it over the fielder at backward square leg.
Yeah, Faisal is an experienced campaigner. He would keep bowling that line and length at good length, right outside the off stump, just marginally offside the off stump, not giving the batsman any room or width. You have to create your own width as a batsman.
Nicely bowled, bowling it in that hard lengths. When you find those hard lengths, it's very difficult to get rid of them. Now the asking rate is going to climb 14.59. The current run rate at which they are batting is 4. I'm sure this will be playing on their minds as well.
They've completely taken the opposition by surprise in this game, have the Bengal Tigers. As Faisal comes into ball, and this time it was there to be hit. A wide signalled. There was width on offer, and Izzat would be disappointed he didn't get any bat on it.
Some very fine umpires in the middle, Mohammad Naseem and Shailesh. They've been doing a fine job, and some great calls as well in the middle. On the up towards the mid-off region. Oh, this could have been close again. I just wonder what the batter was doing while getting back to the non-striker's end. Was very slow. And just coming back to the umpiring, Raza. It's been a very, very fine tournament for the umpires as well.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt, as we see that direct hit right to the money. And well, that did look closer on the replay than in real time. But remember, umpires only get to see that once, and there is that margin for human error. Apart from that, I think the umpires have been absolutely spot on. And they've had some difficult decisions to make. A big appeal on that occasion. Yes, so for example, in that last over, you saw that close LBW shout, and there was no doubt that the ball was going on to hit the stumps, but the batsman just getting himself outside the line of that off stump. These are fine margins, and you have to be really experienced as an umpire to make those fine calls.
Gives the charge this time over the fielder at mid-on, and has that actually lobbed over the ropes as well for a 6. A flattish, unconventional shot that's been pushed over by the fielder at mid-on for a 6.
Oh, unbelievable stuff. I've never ever seen that actually. The ball hit straight to the deep the mid-wicket fielder inside the ring, and he was able to somehow lob it over for a 6. That probably tells you how short that boundary is on the leg side.
And how powerful a strike was that from the bat of Vishnu. Nevertheless, they'll not complain. They've got that much needed 6 and a move on as well. 2 overs gone. It's 14 for 2. Saif Khandekar, 2 wickets for him in that first over. Will you continue with him, Raza?
I think I would, and I think he's decided to do that as well. Just talking about what happened on the last ball, his captain would have been pleased with him had he been a wicket-keeper playing football.
Oh, he's picked that up handsomely, but not getting the kind of elevation he would have wanted. The fielder this time on this occasion backing up way too early and not able to judge that. In fact, he overruns it and allows it to go for a 4.
Yeah, eyeing that mid-wicket region, it was there. It was that kind of a length, and I think he overran it exactly you pointed out. He's a bit disappointed. He's kicking himself, the batsman, because he wasn't really able to get the leverage he would have liked. But yeah, safe. He looks to be in the right kind of rhythm. Another couple of wickets here, and this game is well in the bag for the Bengal Tigers.
That could have easily been wicket number 3. That's why you need to back your bowlers, take those catches. That was not even a half chance. Oh, he's generating good pace here, Khandekar. That's been...
Oh, that's really harsh, I think. You just bowled an excellent delivery outside the off stump, beaten the batsman, all hands up, and then a wide. Just as we were praising the umpiring this tournament.
The line belongs to the umpire, they say. Much better this time. It was a similar delivery. If you look back at the replay and go back to the previous ball, not much deviation. That length and line was similar.
Yeah, safe. He's got such a good action. Runs in with a lot of rhythm and then gathers himself as he approaches the crease and delivers with a bit of a thirst.
Again going for that wild swing. I like the approach here. Slip in place. Remember, the restrictions are very much in play at the moment. There's mid-on, mid-off. There's extra cover point. There's gully. Call that a short third man. A slip in place as well. Mid-on and a short fine leg. 2 fielders patrolling at the circle. In fact, now backward point coming in as well. And long on pushing back. And so is the mid-wicket.
Aborting his run-up on that occasion. I actually happened to play with Saif, and I've seen him practice in one of the facilities here in Doha, and he's sharper than he looks. He's able to bowl at around 80 miles per hour consistently. On that occasion, wavered in line, and it's been helped away towards the square leg boundary. And we'll have to wait and see for the fielder's signal there, whether he was able to stop that ball and whether his foot was not touching the rope as it made contact with the ball.
Both the fielders converging on the ball. They were giving a high five to each other, signaling maybe they saved that one, and they saved 2 runs for the side as well. Oh, very close. Touch and go over there. Very hard to save from this angle. And that's why on most occasions it's left to the fielder and the umpires on the field to take a call. Back live, gives the charge. Another single towards long on.
Yes, talking about Saif again, he's much sharper than he actually looks on television. He's actually able to bowl in the mid-130s regularly in the nets. He's probably not going with full force in this game, and his run-up is a bit shorter than it normally is. Oh, that was a tricky delivery, but well adapted. Just keeping his eyes on the ball till the last second was Vishnu.
Change of pace, but the execution didn't really come in handy. Slow through the air, picked up very early as well. And all he had to do was just get some bat on it in the vacant area 4 runs here for Galfar Misnad. They've been playing catch-up in this game. Bangla Tigers have just taken full control of it. 3 gone, restrictions lifted, 26 for 2.
Yeah, it wasn't the prettiest of shots in the book, but they all count, and it's the runs that matter at the end of the day. As we look at those worms, quite close, that red worm to where the blue worm was at the same stage.
Slowly making a climb towards the blue worm, but a lot of hard work still left in this innings for Galfar Misnad.
It's been steady for sure, that red worm, and they've been able to come closer to the Bengal Tigers, but obviously this is still early days and they'll have to match the momentum that the Bengal Tigers gain. As we see Rafiqul coming into the attack, we had an interview with him earlier before the game, a young all-rounder who bowls a bit of off-spin and bats in the middle order. Didn't get the opportunity to bat tonight, but here he is in action. First ball, lobbing it up.
Yeah, this could be an interesting scenario now presented to the batters. An off-spinner bowling into a right-handed batter. Shorter part of the boundary on this side, on the onside, so the mid-wicket and the cow corner region will be targeted.
That's interesting, they're bowling a spinner from this end. I'll tell you why it's not a good idea to bowl a spinner from this end. One, he's bowling against the breeze. Second, the boundary on the onside is extremely small.
It is a smaller part of the boundary, yes. Added advantage to the batter. If he can get it with the turn, it's going to help him. Picked up on the full this time. Does not quite get the distance on this. Will fall short of the fielder at long off. That was at a very uncomfortable height as well from where he hit it.
I was just looking at the umpire and thinking whether he would signal that as a no ball and whether it was above the waist height, but it seems that the umpire was happy with the height on that occasion.
Once again picked up and played towards the square leg region. Oh, a little bit of a fumble, but he'll keep it to 1.
His bowling action reminds me a little bit about Sunil Narayan. The way he approaches the stumps, a bit of a jog into his run-up.
Shorter this time, picked up. Has he found the fielder? Yes, very good catch in the end by Faisal. The ball was dipping on him, didn't quite get underneath this time. And he finds the fielder at mid-wicket. The trap was laid and wicket number 3 falls.
Yeah, excellent catch on that occasion. He wasn't really able to time it as well as he would have liked. It was there to be hit, that ball, mind you. It was a half tracker. Didn't quite get hold of it. And that fielder at the boundary, diving full stretch. So it's 34-3 at the moment. And it seems like it's a task that's too far ahead of them at this stage.
Oh yes, 100 to get in 31 deliveries. It's never going to be easy with 7 wickets in hand now. 2 more wickets and you could be well into that lower order. Renish is the new man in. That's because Izzat has just departed after finding the fielder at mid-wicket. Who is going to be the Pollard or the Russell for the Galfar Misnad side today?
I think Renish has to go from the word go and make sure he brings out raining sixes tonight.
What an innings Kabir played earlier in the day. If anyone can play a similar kind of an innings for Galfar, this game can turn on its head. Renish, can he pull it off?
Right, here he is facing Rafiqul in his last ball. A pitch short ahead, that should be close. The finger has been raised. A bit unlucky, not the kind of ball you hope to face as you make your way down in the middle. It kept low and hit him right on the toe, I think.
Bangla Tigers all over Galfar al-Misnad, and this one clearly keeping low. It just didn't rise and trapped right in front. He was a dead duck over there. Vishnu has to go back for 13. Bangla Tigers are sniffing a big victory over here at the moment, and wickets are falling at regular intervals. Fourth wicket down, it's 30 after 4 overs.
Yeah, that was an easy decision for the umpire to make there. I wouldn't really blame the batsman though for getting out in the fashion he did. It did keep low. It wasn't the easiest of deliveries to face when you first come in, and obviously you're chasing a big total, so you're looking to go after the bowling. Sajeev is making his way out in the middle. Is it Sajeev? Yes.
Who would have expected Bangla Tigers down and out in the tournament? And they've brought their A game this evening, defied odds. Everything stacked up against them. And they've just reminded everybody that, hold on, we have come with a plan. Oh, swing and a miss.
Yeah, they've been all over Galfar al-Misnad this evening, just asserting their dominance both with the bat and the ball. Haven't actually been bad in the field, throwing themselves around and taking difficult chances.
Played towards the offside region. Very nice shot. The placement mattered the most over here. Just using the pace and punched it down the ground towards the offside region. Very nicely played.
Oh, that was exquisitely caressed away, just waiting on that ball and just timing it through the offside. You don't often get to see that kind of a shot in T10 cricket. But here's one for the photographers.
Certainly shot of the evening. Remember, T10 is not just about carnage, it's about class as well. The placement, the timing on that. Goes for a wild shot once again, does not connect it, gets an outside edge.
Well, on that occasion, he was eyeing carnage there, Mikhail. Just swinging off his hips. Not the prettiest of looking shots.
That's the only option left, Raza, at the moment for the Galfar al-Misnad side.
Simon has bowled 3 balls in his first over. He's given away 3. This time a wide signalled by the umpire. It was very close to that line on the offside, but the idea was right by Simon, just making sure he bowls that ball as away as possible from the batsman, because that has been an area that the batsmen have been found wanting in this tournament.
Down the ground for a single. Raza, you see the blue lines at the crease over there? I was just speaking to the pitch curator. The blue lines for the wide lines, something that they've introduced very recently in international cricket also, particularly in T20 cricket, where you can have a better sighting of the ball to decide on the wide, and also when the footmarks of the bowlers during their bowling, the white line would sometimes get a little brown. Oh, gets an edge on this one, has not quite connected it, and it'll be a straightforward catch. Captain Saif Khandekar with it. He'll not miss it. Another wicket falls. Another soft dismissal. Not a convincing looking shot, and wicket number 5 heads back to the dugout.
Yeah, head all over the place on that occasion, and slicing that ball right up in the air, and a simple catch gleefully accepted by the skipper. Another one goes down. And coming back to your point about those lines, Mikhail, it's great to see that Qatar cricket is keeping up with the advancement in the game. This game is constantly evolving and getting better.
Oh yes, changing times calls for new trends and innovation, and Qatar cricket too, not just experimenting but also implementing most of it. So these blue lines are to ensure that during the bowling run-up as well, the white line usually ends up getting brown because of the foot marks. The blue mark is more distinct and more visible, and that's why it helps even the umpires on the field to make a call. 37 for 5, final delivery of the 5th over, wild swing, another miss. What a display of bowling and fielding it has been for the first 5 overs by the Bangla Tigers. 5 for 37 at the halfway stage.
As Mikhail is going to rush down to get ready for the presentation, we welcome back in the commentary box Mr. Devinder Kumar.
Well, so many wickets in the chase. Bangla Tigers is losing 1 wicket for 129. Disarray with bat in hand in the second innings, 37 for 5. Couldn't quite get going in the batting department.
Yeah, those red towers there could only match the blue ones in overs number 2 and 3. The rest has been a high and a dry affair for Misnad Galfar.
Abdus has been introduced into the attack. Still searching for his first wicket. Getting full tosses and also not converting it into boundary. That's what happens when you lose your top order very cheaply.
Yeah, they've lost the top order and they've lost the momentum completely in this game. And this time a bit of a shimmy down the wicket, and again I like that aggression by the Bengal Tigers. I think this was their captain just collecting and releasing that ball as soon as possible.
But in the fielding department, they've been outstanding, Bangla Tigers. This time coming down the pitch. And has that been taken? This is a sensational catch on the boundary. Absolutely stunning with his fielding effort, taking a great catch on the boundary.
Oh, take a bow, sir. That's got to go down as one of the best catches in this tournament. Going down the wicket, and you have to... Wow, keeping his balance till the last stage and making sure he doesn't touch the rope at the same time. It was incredible athleticism and game awareness.
That was tremendous catch. Catch of great value. His concentration, awareness about where the boundary rope was, and taking out the 6th wicket. Now in all sorts of trouble. Galfar, they came in this game with the expectation of winning and qualifying for the next round. But after conceding plenty of runs through attacking the stumps, the lines were not right. The strategical failure in the first innings, and now batsmen with a meek surrender.
And Bengal Tigers, on the other hand, have looked a different unit altogether. Look to be a complete side with the bad ball and also in the field. It's a shame they are staring down the barrel and staring disqualification in the face at this stage, with an outside of chance of qualifying though, and the way they've played today, we would like to see them in the knockoff round.
And it's not like Galfar out of the competition already, because if they take it close to 100 from here on, from this stage in play, they will also stand a chance of qualifying, but way down at the moment, 38 for 6.
Yeah, this group is still wide open, particularly with the result expected in this game. Fetching it from outside the off stump, hitting it straight to That fielder right deep mid wicket, just a single, and that's the end of the over. Galfar Misnad are 39 for 6 after 6.
Sanjeev is betting on 2. Purvat is betting on 1. Two new batsmen at the crease. Strong breeze blowing from right to left here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. Procession of wickets at the top of the order. Apart from Vishnu, nobody getting into double figure. And this has been a real betting collapse, if you can call it. Complete surrender. 39 for 6 from team Galfar Al-Misnad. Not much left in the betting department now, just the formality. How close can they take it from this stage of 39 for 6?
Yeah, it's important they don't give up at this stage and try to get as close to that target as possible. Whipped down the ground will just be a single.
But after being beaten comprehensively in first 2 matches, Bangla Tigers coming in the side in this contest, roaring back with phenomenal batting performance, getting to 129 for loss of just 1 wicket. Kabir playing a great knock at the top of the order. This time he gets it into the gap and will collect few runs here.
And the way they've played today, a lot of people watching them would like to see them in the knockout phase of this tournament. Unfortunately, it's not all up to their performance and it's not in their hands completely, but there is still an outside chance, as we discussed earlier.
Oh, changes in the field now. Mid-wicket is going on the boundary, around 10 yards inside the boundary on the onside. Appeal for caught behind. Umpire is totally unmoved.
Yeah, Faisal bowling those hard lengths once again. Not easy to hit those, particularly when he gets that extra bounce. An appeal, a bit ambitious one on that occasion. The ball missing the edge of the bat by some margin, I think.
A complete batting performance and then catching. Outstanding in this innings. It's a wide signal by the umpire. Whenever the opportunity was presented, some fine catches taken, diving forward, juggling and keeping eyes on to the ball and collecting it at the longer position as well. So catching, absolutely brilliant. Also catching on the boundary in the previous over. If you can maintain this channel, you will get a lot of dot deliveries and wickets in the process as well.
Yeah, they have to make sure they restrict the opposition to as low a score as possible. Bengal Tigers. And they're right on the track. Oh, once again, that extra bounce. It got me on the edge of my seat. A no ball signal by the umpire was really well taken. Good piece of glove work there. Otherwise, it could have gone through for 4 byes.
No ball for height. Back-to-back bouncing deliveries. The first ball was signaled as 1 bouncer from the over. What's going to do about this? Not quite getting into position to play that shot. They will take a single. Not a problem for bowler.
Yeah, I wonder what the batsman could do differently here. Maybe just make room for himself and try to uppercut it, or move across to his 4th stump and try to scoop it over a fine leg, do something different, because at the moment every bowler is getting big on the batsman.
This time beaten outside the off stump, trying to give it up room to himself. It's been signaled as a wide. This is second wide of the over, 1 no ball as well.
That was clever from Faisal. He changed the line and length on that delivery.
Top edge and taken Gobel on the boundary. Simple catch for the fielder.
Yeah, it looked like the ball was going to go down in that area with the kind of bounce he was getting, trying to make room for himself, and a nothing shot really. a top edge and flying straight to the third man, and another wicket falls. Galfar al-Asna, they're 46 for 7 in 7 overs.
Wonderful entertainment for the crowd in the first innings, and then bowling and catching absolutely brilliant from the team. Bangla Tigers 46 for 7 after 7 overs. This has been really struggle in batting department. They need 84 to win in 3 overs. Next to impossible. Sumil comes to the crease. There is one more match scheduled after this, starting at 8:30. Pawan versus Masters 11. That should be another exciting match with plenty of superstars into the action. That's the situation in bowling department, taking 2 for 17 in 2 overs. Shep, he opened the batting for the side as well, and 1 for 16 in 2 overs for Farshal, setting the tone in the bowling department. 2 for 4 in single over for Rafiqul Islam, 1 for 7 in single over for Suman and Abdus Samad, just conceding 2 runs and taking wicket as well. Bangla Tigers immaculate with their line and length exhibition, and in the process collecting handful of wickets as well, 7 wickets with just 7 extras.
It's been a clinical performance here by the Bangla Tigers, led by example the captain of their team, Saif Khandakar, 2 over 70 runs for 2 wickets.
What this will do, that it will challenge, it will keep almost 3 teams in this group in that contention, especially for the second spot in this group. If the Bangla Tigers win by a big margin tonight.
Yeah, this group is certainly wide open, or expected to be after the result tonight. 29.65 runs required to the over seems a task highly unlikely at this stage.
Sprite cricket stars will find themselves in a tight situation if Bangla Tigers win by big margin tonight. This time around, too far down the leg side. Wide will be the signal from the umpire. The level of umpiring has been quite good, making some close calls, correct close calls, which has been the highlight in this tournament.
Rafiqul, he'll bowl the 3rd ball of his over. And it was a full toss. We'll have to wait for the umpire signal. The umpire, the leg umpire, signaling that as a no ball for height. And what that means is there is a free hit coming up.
That was well above the waist height, and batsman couldn't capitalize it quite. Just one man inside the circle on the offside at the point position. Had he got it over the top of point, he would have picked up a boundary. Liberty for the batsman to freeze arms. It's 50 for 7. How close can they take it to? Maybe 80 from here on will be a very good batting effort.
Here's an opportunity for him to go, license to go. And is it that straight down the ground? It will only be a signal. There is a man patrolling the boundary, so the free hit goes in vain.
Day number 9 of Ooredoo presents QCA T10 Ramadan Cup 2022. Total of 16 teams participating. I was having a discussion with one of the officials at the Qatar Cricket Association, telling me that total 60 clubs play here, 60 registered clubs with QCA. That's a lot of cricket, a lot of cricketers here in Qatar.
Wide and signalled as that by the umpire. Yes, talking about the magnitude of cricket here. 48 is a lot of clubs for sure. And we've seen some of the top of those 48 clubs in action in this tournament.
We're seeing, looking at the response in this tournament, this has been hooked away and it's been caught on the boundary. The catching has been spot on, and Rafiqul gets yet another wicket, 3rd tonight.
They haven't dropped a single catch tonight, and not many teams that you can say that about. So that ball was there to be hit, not quite getting the distance on it, and extremely well taken at the boundary.
third wicket for Rafiqul, 3 for 10 in 1.4 overs. So opportunity for spinners as well in the T10 cricket when the batters looking for big boundary opportunities. So total of 16 teams participating this time around, and there is a plan in place as Sanji goes for 6, caught by Ron off the bowling of Rafiqul. It's 52 for 8. There's a plan of introducing 16 more teams and putting it into that Ramadan Cup. So there's a plan of whole month of Ramadan cricket in Ramadan from next year onwards. So 32 teams, lot of teams.
Yeah, and for a lot of these cricketers, it's not just about playing it professionally, but also making sure they maintain a good work-life balance. It's a lot of it is about mental well-being and looking after yourself, being entertained and amused. It's so very important. As most of these cricketers do not belong to Qatar. They've flown in from different parts of the world, predominantly from Southeast Asia. So there is that element of amusement that you can't take away.
And also dreams. Growing up, everyone had a dream of playing cricket for a certain country, for not getting the opportunities because of the level of competition, also family conditions. They had to venture out in other country, but still this has been like a formation of a big sea from canal and drifting away and away from that target. It's a misfired missile which had to go through a lot of obstruction on the way. 53 for 8 after 8 overs.
Yeah, it's those building blocks, isn't it? It always starts small, but nothing will come back to it after this ball. Yeah, so any contribution towards building a professional career and structure in cricket cannot be taken for granted. These small steps need to be appreciated at all levels.
And it's a cultural aspect as well. As you see, you must have seen in Australia, most of the people play the sport footy, and they play football, they play Aussie rule football as well, cricket, other sports as well. Qatar, predominantly they play the game of football, and most of the people live here from Southeast Asia, around 24% of population, and they love cricket. There should be representation for those people as well. This time it's a wide-ish delivery. Wide will be signal from the umpire.
And Qatar for sure loves its sports. They've promoted all types of sports here. You've got tennis, table tennis, badminton. You will see there are excellent facilities here, world-class international level facilities for even people at the grassroots level. So cricket, so Qatar does take a lot of pride in making sure that it looks after the needs of different types of sports, not just football, despite the fact that football is a mainstream sport. Yeah.
No wonder they will be hosting the Football World Cup, one of the biggest events on the planet, one of the most popular sport in the world, football. They will be hosting Football World Cup 2022 in the month of October, November. Huge opportunity for cricketing communities or other sporting communities to witness how they organize the tournament. A blueprint that they can take and can introduce in cricket as well, learning from other sports, how they play the game of football as well. This time, reflection still will result in this.
They organized the Arab Cup not too long ago, and that was a trial run, as many would call it, for the upcoming World Cup. And hats off to the way they organized that particular tournament. People were conveniently placed. The crowds came in large numbers. It was during the COVID times as well, so not the easiest of circumstances to organize a tournament in, but how well did they do it? Following the SOPs, making sure the infrastructure of the city is in chemistry with the event.
It's a wonderful facility here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. I've been told there are 3 or 4 more grounds as well a little bit of work. They got the capacity and quality of stadiums here to maintain as well. The maintenance, ground maintenance work has been absolutely fantastic. Today is the day number 9 of the competition. 16 matches have already been played. This is match number 17. If you look at the conditioning of the grass, of the pitch, and the stadium facilities, absolutely remarkable.
Yeah, they could certainly do with making a few more turf wickets around the country. They've got a few other grounds and lots of mat grounds, of course, in Lusail. That's where the Qatar Cricket Association is located.
Runs here. Singles just looking to do the formality of completing the match here. 58 for 8. Prime objective is not getting bowled out, bundled out before 10 overs mark.
Absolutely, they've got to play out the overs. And Devinder, apart from these grounds, there are lots of cricket academies as well in this country. And they've got coaches from all around the world, professional, qualified coaches, people who've attended courses, professional development courses at the ICC and are authorized to manage academies.
What's so great to see, passion in these cricketers at the B division and C division. Just lobs over that fielder. B division and C division cricket here in Qatar, going for work, and then still having the passion to play the game of cricket, managing family affairs, and also looking after the job as well, but at the same time keeping that passion alive for the game of cricket. It's remarkable how they manage it.
I remember a lot of them are away from their families as well, so it's not easy when you come back home not to find your loved ones around you. I think cricket is a getaway for them. As we see, that was drilled down the ground, will only be a single in the end. I think lazy piece of running, but yeah, for a lot of these cricketers, cricket is a getaway sport.
Escape from realities, from trauma, from different kind of emotions, negativity, especially after the COVID time. It's a great time to release all the inbuilt energy, the negativity and everything coming on the sport field, and just experiencing the joy of the purest form of the game. When you play a sport, you feel positive. The physical workout, mental workout as well. You see positive things happening on the field, and it's a white ball down the leg side. So all the facilities, digital scoreboard as well here.
Yeah, they've got something to look forward to every weekend, and that's really important. And speaking to a lot of these cricketers earlier, and also during my day-to-day interactions with them, a lot of them tend to tell me how they feel ready to face the hardships of the week once they play a game a weekend. They forget about the challenges that they have to face at work and cherish the games they play during the weekend.
Also the talking point. You can't be talking work 24/7. The sport is a great talking point. It's a purest form of expression, and and it's a great form of mental conditioning as well. After a stressful outing and the professional hardships that they face at work, so sport is a great releasing force and mental stimulation to operate at your absolute best in different fields as well. It's been given out, and that marks the end of the innings as well.
Yeah, what a way to finish this innings. Thoroughly deserved this victory have Bengal Tigers. And talking about talking points, there will be a lot of those after this game, because they've played absolutely magnificently in this game, have Bengal Tigers, and they've given people a lot to discuss in terms of their ability to stay alive in this tournament.
Well, biggest margin of victory in this competition, winning by 65 runs. Procession of wickets from the beginning, only one batter getting into double digit. Ijit Mohammed getting 10 of 11. Rest of the batters, failed to even get into double figures. 0, 13, 4, 10, 5, 6, 0, 2, 7 and 4, and with 13 extras. Mr. Extras, the maximum or the highest total in this innings, And after that 10 coming in from the blade of Ijit, 64 for 9 they've been reduced to in their stipulated 10 overs. So a massive margin of victory, and bowlers were spot on defending a big total, a humongous total, a mammoth total of 130 to win. And Chef Khandeka taking 2 wickets for 17, 1 for 16 from 2 overs from Faisal, 3 for 11 from Rafiqul Islam, the spinner. And all the bowlers introduced successful in getting wickets as well. 1 for Suman, 1 wicket for Abdus, and 1 for 6 in single over for Ron Majumdar. So that's been the distribution. Bangla Tigers winning by a big margin, massive margin of 65 runs, highest so far in this tournament. That's the match summary. Bangla Tigers, a superlative batting performance, courtesy charismatic batting performance from Kabir Mia, getting 89 of 38 deliveries, holding the innings together and making sure that they post an imposing total of 129 for 1. And Vesha getting 1 wicket for 21 innings, 2 overs. And the rest of the bowlers suffered big time at the hand of Kabir Mia and Galfar Al-Misnad in the chase. Dismal performance in the batting department. Total batting collapse 64 for 9 in the 10 overs. Rafiqul taking 3 wickets for 11 in 2 overs and 2 for 17 in 2 overs for Saif. And Bangla Tigers winning by 65 runs. Plenty of, not many boundaries hit, but talking through the replay of most of the action that transpired in the second innings is Raja Anjum.
Right, so it started off with that pull shot through the extra cover region. A valiant effort there in the field, but it went away for a boundary. One of not many this evening, and on that occasion it was heaved over the inner ring. Bit of an opportunity for the fielder as well to catch that one, but he was too far in, and that was not the prettiest of looking shots, I wouldn't say, but it was still a silver lining in what looked like a bleak performance by Galfar Al-Masnad. This was probably the shot of the match as far Galfar Al-Masnad is concerned. One of the most beautiful shots to watch when played accurately. As we look at the match summary, Bangla Tigers absolutely dominating this game, scoring 129 in their allotted 10 overs. Kabir, the star of the show, scoring 89 in 38 deliveries, and Galfar Al-Masnad not good enough on the day, as we will go forward and look at the sixes that were hit in this innings. Faisal bowled really well in this innings, and that was the most unconventional of sixes that we have seen in this tournament. The fielder lobbing that ball over for a 6. There was a talk about how small this boundary is. As we come back to the match summary, it was only the solitary 6 hit in that innings. Safe, as we saw in that first inning, the captain of the side played really well for his 24, supported Kabir well. Rabi only faced 5 deliveries and scored 5 runs. Not much to write home about in the bowling department as we look at the wickets that fell. Quite a few of those did actually in this innings. This was the first wicket, the first ball of this innings as well, going right through the gate and cleaning up the batsman, and then Safe once again inviting that drive straight to the fielder, and the Bengal Tigers were absolutely jubilant at this stage. This was a delivery that I thought was there to be hit, but not quite getting the timing right and hitting it straight to the man at deep mid wicket. Another shot, another mistimed shot, a slice straight to the skipper, who gleefully accepted that catch. And this I thought was probably the catch of the tournament. How well balanced was he, running across the ropes, making sure he doesn't touch the ropes, and still manages to take the catch. An outside edge on that occasion, trying to give it a kitchen sink. Another catch straight to the fielder. There were lots of catches taken tonight, as we see another one taken at deep mid wicket. Bangla Tigers reinforcing and imposing their authority in this game after being 2-0 down in this tournament, winning this match emphatically by 65 runs. And this is the right time now to go down to Mikhail, who's down with the captains for the presentation.
have rode when it mattered the most. For most part of this competition, they were at the bottom of the points table, and it never looked like they could get anywhere close to the qualifying quarterfinals. But at the moment, with today's performance, they have given them a clear chance of moving into the quarterfinals as well, as they've made that particular group of theirs split wide open with a three-way battle for the race to the top spot, or maybe the second spot as well. What a performance it's been by the Bangla Tigers, batting first 129 for 1, and while chasing, Galfar Misnad never looked like going, as they were restricted to 64 for 8. And this huge win for Bangla Tigers by 65 runs means they are now second in the points table in the positive net run rates as well, and it depends on how the other teams play off in this particular group if they can make it into the quarterfinals as well. This performance today largely belonged to one man with the bat who made everything count. Before we call him, we'd like to call upon a guest of honor to do the presentation. It's going to be Mr. Aminul Islam, the match official and the match referee as well for this particular league. Mr. Aminul, thank you very much. He'll be handing over the player of the match to Kabir Mia Dulon from the Bangla Tigers. He hit 7 sixes, 7 fours at a strike rate of 234, and he got 89 runs in 38 deliveries. That's been the performance for him. Wonderful performance, a very big win for the Bangla Tigers, and they are in with a very good chance in this competition as well now. Thank you, Mr. Aminul. Quick chat with you, Kabir. आपको क्या बता के भेजा था कैप्टन ने खांडेकर ने?
कैप्टन बोला था जो अब हमारा मैच लास्ट में जो हम लोग अच्छा खेलेगा तो और एक चांस है, तो इंशाल्लाह वो अच्छा खेलेगा तो हम लोग अच्छा विन करेगा इसमें।
आपकी जो साझेदारी इनके साथ भी हुई, पार्टनरशिप, ये पिछले गेम में इंजर्ड थे, नहीं खेले थे, इस गेम में आए थे, आप दोनों के बीच में क्या बातचीत हो रही थी बीच में जो पिच पे?
बीच में बात हुई थे तो पहले जो मैच किया था वो मिस्टेक हो गया, तो आज विन करना है, तो हम लोग वही ट्राई किया विन करने के लिए।
पिच बैटिंग के लिए अच्छा था क्योंकि कल बहुत लो स्कोर्स हुए, तो लग रहा था कि बॉल बैट पे आ नहीं रही, लेकिन आज जिस तरीके से आपने 7 छक्के और 7 चौके मारे, लग रहा था आप एंजॉय कर रहे थे।
पहले जो पिच था वो बहुत स्लो था, आज बहुत फास्ट है, आज बहुत अच्छा लगा खेल के, तो पिच बहुत अच्छा है।
आप अभी पॉजिटिव नेट रन रेट्स में आ चुके हो, आपको एक मौका है अभी क्वार्टर फाइनल्स में जाने के लिए।
इंशाल्लाह हम लोग वही दुआ कर रहा हूँ, एक मैच में हम लोग कोई एक चांस है तो मिलेगा तो इंशाल्लाह क्वालिफाई करेगा।
चलो, आप लोग बहुत अच्छा खेले, बहुत अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस डाली आप लोगों ने। ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट फॉर द कमिंग गेम्स।
थैंक यू सर।
Kabir Mia Dullo, the player of the match in this match between Bangla Tigers and Galfar Al Misnad. A very good win for them. They get their first points as well, and by doing so they move second in the points table. We have another match lined up on this double-header day. Stay tuned, we'll head into a short break. When we come back, we bring you the live action.